Have you ever seen your dog do that funny but kind of gross thing where they drag their butt across your nice clean carpet? This behavior is called scooting, and while it might look a little silly, it's actually your dog's way of telling you that something is bothering them down there. It's not just a weird quirk. It's a sign that they're uncomfortable and need your help. So what exactly are they trying to fix? Let's dive into the most common reasons why dogs scoot. One of the top culprits behind scooting is issues with their anal sacs. Now, you might be wondering, what on earth are anal sacs? Well, every dog has two small glands located on either side of their anus. At about the 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock positions, these sacs produce a unique, fishy-smelling fluid. In the wild, this scent serves as a territorial marker, kind of like a dog's personal calling card. When a dog has a bowel movement, the pressure normally squeezes these sacs, releasing a little bit of this fluid onto their stool. This is also why dogs are so interested in sniffing each other's rear ends. They're regathering information. However, sometimes these sacs don't empty properly. This can happen for a number of reasons. For example, if a dog has soft stool or diarrhea, there isn't enough pressure to express the glands naturally. Over time, the fluid builds up, causing the sacs to become full or impacted. This can be really uncomfortable, leading to a feeling of pressure and itchiness. So when your dog is scooting, they're essentially trying to relieve that pressure themselves. Think of it like trying to scratch an itch you just can't reach. If impacted anal sacs are left untreated, they can become infected and abscessed. An abscess is a painful, pus-filled swelling that can even rupture through the skin. Signs of an abscess include a noticeable swelling near the anus, a lot of pain, and your dog might be licking the area constantly or be reluctant to sit down. This is a serious condition that requires immediate veterinary attention. Your vet will need to drain the abscess, flush it out, and will likely prescribe antibiotics and pain relief. So if you suspect an anal sac issue, don't wait. It is much easier to have your vet or a professional groomer express the glands before it gets to this point. But anal sac problems aren't the only reason for scooting. Another common cause is skin irritation from grooming. Sometimes after a haircut, the clippers can cause razor burn or leave tiny sharp hairs around the rear end. This can be really itchy and annoying for your dog. Similarly, if any shampoo or soap isn't rinsed thoroughly after a bath, the residue can dry out the skin and cause irritation. So if your dog starts scooting right after a trip to the groomer, this might be the reason. You can gently wipe the area with a damp, warm cloth to see if that helps remove any leftover irritants. Allergies are another big one. Just like people, dogs can have allergies to things in their food or their environment. Food allergies, in particular, can cause widespread itchiness all over the body, including the rear end. Common culprits are proteins like chicken or beef or grains like wheat. Environmental allergies to things like pollen, dust mites, or grass can also lead to itchy skin. If your dog's scooting is accompanied by other signs of allergies like chewing their paws, recurring ear infections, or a skin rash, it's definitely worth discussing with your vet. They can help you figure out the source of the allergy and recommend a plan, which might involve a special diet or medication. Let's not forget about parasites. Intestinal worms like tapeworms can cause significant irritation around the anus. Tapeworms are made up of little segments that look like grains of rice. As the worm matures inside the dog's intestines, these segments break off and are passed in the stool. They can sometimes get stuck on the fur or on the rear end, causing intense itching that leads to scooting. The most common way dogs get tapeworms is by swallowing a flea that is infected with tapeworm larvae. So keeping your dog on a regular flea and tick preventative is not just about preventing flea bites. It's also a key step in preventing tapeworms. If you see anything that looks like rice grains in your dog's fur or bedding, collect a sample and take it to your vet. A simple deworming medication can clear up the problem. Sometimes the issue is much simpler. It could just be what we call dingleberries, and they certainly are not edible fruits. This is a not-so-scientific term for when a piece of feces or matted fur gets stuck around the anus after a bowel movement. This is more common in long-haired breeds. It can be uncomfortable and itchy, and your dog will scoot to try and dislodge it. A quick check and a gentle clean with a pet-safe wipe can often solve this problem. Keeping the hair around your dog's rear end nicely trimmed, often called a sanitary trim, can help prevent this from happening in the first place. Be careful. While less common, scooting can sometimes be a sign of pain or discomfort in the lower back or hips. If a dog has arthritis or an injury in this area, they might drag their rear end in an attempt to stretch or alleviate the pain. In these cases, you might notice other signs, like difficulty getting up, a reluctance to jump, or a change in their gait. If your dog is older or you suspect they might have a mobility issue, a veterinary checkup is crucial to get a proper diagnosis and pain management plan. So what should you do if you notice your dog scooting? The first step is to do a quick visual inspection. Put on a pair of gloves and gently lift your dog's tail. Look for any redness, swelling, or anything stuck in the fur. Do you see anything that looks like little worms or rice? Is there a bad smell? This initial check can give you some valuable clues. However, because the reasons for scooting can range from a simple grooming issue to a serious infection or allergy, it's always best to consult your veterinarian. Don't try to express your dog's anal glands at home unless you've been properly trained by a vet. Doing it incorrectly can cause pain and even damage the tissue. Your vet can perform a thorough examination, determine the underlying cause of the scooting, and recommend the right course of action. They can express the anal sacs if needed, prescribe medication for infections or allergies, or recommend a deworming protocol. In summary, scooting is your dog's cry for help. It's their way of saying, hey, something back here is really bothering me. By paying attention to this sign and seeking veterinary advice, you can quickly address the discomfort and get your furry friend back to their happy, non-scooting self. It's all part of being a responsible and loving pet owner. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more pet care tips. And let us know in the comments if you've ever had a scooter at home. See you next time.